Cheers. Hello, lovely human. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel for the first time. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And in today's video, I am being drawn to talk more about my yoga journey. I just want to say that oftentimes in our society, we view someone, whether that's in real life or on social media, and we think that maybe they have it all, or why can't I be more like them? And I just want to take this time to say that we don't know what anyone else is going through. And sometimes the people that look like they have their shit together actually are really, suffering on the inside, or there's something going on that we can't see physically. And if we don't ask questions or we don't know them personally, we don't know what's going on with them. So this kind of segues into my yoga journey and why I got into yoga, how I got into yoga, and I'm just going to bring you along with me. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter video, I hope. I'll try to keep it a little shorter so you can just get like an idea of why I got into yoga, and more specifically on why I teach yoga now. The first kind of big time that I remember in yoga was having to take it as an elective for my degree. So I have a degree in a Bachelor of Arts major in sport, health, and physical education. And for one of the electives, you had to do like physical education classes. So one of them was yoga, and I was like, sure, let's do yoga. It's gonna be awesome. I'll get a nice juicy stretch. At the time, I was playing varsity basketball for the university I attended. So I thought like, oh, this will be awesome. It rocked my world. It was so hard, and I thought that because when the teacher showed me the poses, obviously she had been practicing for however long, and maybe she was more designed to be flexible, who knows? But it literally rocked my world. I quite quickly realized I wasn't flexible and I had no real connection with my body. So anyways, we had to choose a pose in that elective to work on throughout the semester, and I chose downward facing dog, and it is quite an opener in the backside of your legs and allows you to align your spine really well. And it was so friggin' hard, and I thought to match the picture in the book, which obviously they're like in a triangle shape and their heels are on the ground, I was like, why can't I do that? So I really forced my body into poses that I thought I should do, which now I realize is a total ego thing. Smoothie pause. So I finished the elective, the yoga class, as one of my electives for my university degree, and I never went back. I was like, not for me. I don't like it. I can't do it the way that the teacher's showing me to do it, and it's just not for me. So if you're in this kind of area in your life, totally fine. We all have to go through our own journey to get to where we need to be. But I hope that by sharing that little snippet of my yoga journey, that it helps you and inspires you to even just try again. So what really actually led me to get into yoga afterwards was I have an autoimmune condition called rheumatoid arthritis, and it's a condition that affects your joints. So in my early 20s, I was experiencing really bad flare-ups in my knees. I'll show a picture here. And it included my ankles, my wrists, my fingers, my hands, I guess, and my right elbow. Actually, my right elbow, I can straighten it now, but it was like locked like this. That's how much inflammation was in there, and it was locked. So it was really awkward. Anyways, I couldn't be as physically active as I normally like to be, obviously, because I was in so much pain and inflammation. And so I had to seek other things to help fill that for me. And that was yoga. This happened to be where I went to a yoga studio in the city where I'm from. And one of the teachers there, I just kind of explained to her how I was feeling and what I was going through. And she was literally a game changer in my eyes. She allowed me to be at the back of the class, and she showed me specific poses I could do in order to help reap the benefits of yoga, but by doing them a little bit differently. This was a hit to the ego. I had always been physically fit, and I was just like, whoa, this is kind of crazy for me. But that experience helped me really understand what yoga is about, and it's about dropping the ego, connecting your breath to your body, having that connection with yourself, and then doing authentic movements that feel good for you. There's so much more of a definition of yoga, and it's specific for each person. So that's just like a little bit of mine. So I did the poses at the back of the room, and she made me feel very comfortable in a very safe space. So I continued to go. At that time, I have a little bit of a longer story about my experience living with rheumatoid arthritis, and I will link it up above here so you can check that out. But essentially, a doctor told me I would be in a wheelchair by the time I was 30, and like, that didn't fly with me. So I found holistic nutrition, and holistic nutrition encompasses body, mind, and spirit. And with that being said, I completed the program, and I really realized that diet is a huge role in how you feel, except for there's other components that really make you like it's more of a whole than just focusing your lens on diet. You have to focus your lens on body, mind, and spirit. So with that, I changed my diet, and then I also really connected to my breath, my body through meditation and yoga. So I continued to practice yoga. I volunteered at studios to have unlimited classes that I could go to. I continued going to that yoga teacher who helped me out at the beginning, because if you're new to yoga, you need to find a teacher that speaks to you, and I hope that is me. And if it is, I would love if you joined in some of my online classes, and I'll link everything down below. But if it's not me, that's okay. Not everyone is going to like all of their teachers they go to. So I just really continued going to that one teacher that really helped me and supported me along my journey. And then I'm so grateful I got to take my 200-hour yoga teacher training in January of 2020. And it was in the city I live in, which was really awesome. And it was super accessible, meaning that it was offered 2 weekends a month for 4 months. So I continued working, and I could just have those 2 weekends a month to get in my 200 hours for my yoga teacher training. I graduated in April of this year, 2020, and I have been teaching online ever since, obviously, because COVID. I'm just absolutely loving it. I can't talk enough about it. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I talk about it like every day, all the time. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'll put my handle here. You should follow me. I do lots of stories on things that I'm eating, and I talk about health and wellness topics. So if you're into that, you should definitely follow me. And I just am inspired and motivated to educate others on connecting their breath to movement in the form of yoga. And it doesn't have to be that you do the exact same poses that I'm doing or I'm teaching. There's other options. So I make my classes accessible to everyone, meaning that I offer modifications, so option 1, 2, and 3, so you can really explore your body and feel. On some days you might be able to touch your toes, on other days you may not, and that's just listening to our body and what it wants. So it's not performing the perfect pose. It's connecting that authentic movement to that beautiful breath of yours. I hope that this video inspired you to either start yoga or get on your mat again if you kind of lost touch with that, which, hey, we all do. No big deal. Don't be hard on yourself. But why don't you come experience a class? I teach online live classes every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. PST, which is 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And then I also teach at 7 to 8 p.m. PST, so Pacific Standard Time. I'll put a link down below in the description so you can sign up for that. Your first class is free for that. I'm currently running a 4-part yoga series online to nurture yourself, which is so important right now. It's important all the time, but it's important right now in these very uncertain times. It's September. Maybe you have kids going back to school. You're experiencing a lot of stress. Whatever it may be, we're taking that time out of our week to just really nurture ourselves. If you can't make those live classes, I have the option to sign up to get the recording for the week. If any of this interests you, I would love for you to join. Comment down below your experience with yoga. I mean, obviously this is just like kind of touching the areas of my yoga journey. I can go way more in depth, but just for this video, I'm trying to keep it shorter. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and hope to see you on the mat. You can also try one of my yoga videos that I have uploaded to this channel. I will link one up above here, and I'll link the other one down below, so you should check those out. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next week. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Peace, love, and avocados.